This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be. Hello everybody, warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite news destination. You're watching In Your Interest with me, Kabir Naqvi. Bengal fear files the ghost of S.I.R. That's going to be our focus because tonight the spotlight is firmly on Kolkata, where Bengal's political stage witnessed a major showdown. All of it over the Special Intensive Revision, which is a comprehensive door-to-door voter verification exercise conducted by the Election Commission of India. It was a day of high drama, unity and confrontation as well, as Didi marched shoulder to shoulder with her nephew Abhishek Banerjee, leading a massive 3.8-kilometer protest that brought thousands of Trinamool supporters onto the streets. And the city's arteries clogged with their enthusiasm. And the message was clear. Bengal is gearing up for a fierce battle ahead of the 2026 Assembly elections.
This day when S.I.R is starting in West Bengal, Trinamool Congress is on the roads and Mamata Banerjee with her party is on the roads. Till now, 7 people has died. Few of them has committed suicide, and now the others they have died due to the health condition. These severe conditions where before on the first day of S.I.R, where 7 people has died, Trinamool Congress is taking that issue on the roads, and you can see Mamata Banerjee with her party and all the celebrities of West Bengal, those who are protesting S.I.R, are on the roads. Trinamool Congress agenda is very clear. Let the S.I.R happen, but no voter should be eliminated from the voter list that was made at the benchmark of this special investigation revision. That is the 2002 voter list. All those names shall be there. Many of people, those who are voters since long, they have their name is missing, and that is why Mamata Banerjee has taken on the roads along with Abhishek Banerjee. BJP on the other hand is saying that whatever the death had happened, is there anything written on the post-mortem report or like the death that has happened, was it due to the S.I.R? If not, then why Trinamool Congress is saying that this is the S.I.R was the reason of this death?
That's my colleague Ravi Shankar Datta. We were going back to him, a couple of times during the course of the day. He was right there present during the 3.8-kilometer march. And Mamata Banerjee accused the centre and the Election Commission of using S.I.R, the Special Intensive Revision, as a tool to manipulate Bengal's voter list, a move she described as a silent invisible rigging. That's the full form of the acronym according to her for S.I.R. And she painted it as a sneaky plot to tamper with voter lists right before the polls, wiping out names that could swing seats in TMC's favour. And in a fiery twist, take a look at this. TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee, he upped the ante by daring BJP leaders to step into Bengal without their CISF security cover, calling it a test of their so-called fearlessness. The BJP fired right back, branding Banerjee's words as the ugly, undemocratic face of Mamata Banerjee's regime. Here's the political war of words on your screens next.
हर आदमी का पास से 1000 करके छुपाया, तो हम क्या बोलेगा? चोरी किया? चोर को जवाब देना बोलो। अगर तुम जनता का पास से 1000 करके आधार कार्ड बनाने के लिए लिया, तो तुम क्यों अभी कहते हैं आधार कार्ड? नो आधार फॉर वोटर लिस्ट, नो आधार फॉर रेशन कार्ड, लेकिन बैंक में जब आप अकाउंट करने जाता है तो आधार लिंक चाहते हैं। तो क्या है, किसका साथ गद्दारी कर रहा है? तो आधार कार्ड सिटीजनशिप नहीं होगा, तो आधार कार्ड में आपको वोटिंग राइट नहीं होगा, आपका आधार कार्ड में आपको एड्रेस नहीं होगा, आपका आधार कार्ड में आपका रेशन कार्ड नहीं होगा। तो सबसे बढ़िया ये है, एक परिवर्तन करके दिल्ली सरकार को हटाओ देश से।
ভাতে মারতে চাইছে বাংলার মানুষের পরিচয়, বাংলাদেশি বলে দাগিয়ে দিয়ে তাকে অপমান করতে চাইছে, শুধু বাংলায় কথা বলে 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 তাকে বাংলাদেশি বলতে চাইছে। তাদের বিরুদ্ধে এই লড়াই আগামী দিন আরো তীব্রতর হবে এবং দিল্লিতে গিয়ে পৌঁছাবে। আমি বলেছিলাম যে একটা যোগ্য লোকের নামও যদি বাদ যায় তাহলে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস আগামী দিন দিল্লি যাবে।
সিআইএসএ বাজার কত বড় ক্ষমতা আছে, ওর বাবা অমিত শাহ কি করে ফেরত নিয়ে যায় ওকে দেখবো। আয় সুকান্ত, আয় সিআইএসএফ ছাড়া আসবি, আয় চলে আয়, কত তোর লোক আছে, আর আমরাও লোক নিয়ে যাবো আমাদের লোক। কোন সিআইএসএফ থাকবে না, কোন বিএসএফ থাকবে না, কোন পুলিশ থাকবে না। সুকান্ত তুই আয়, কবে আসবি নোটিশ দিয়ে আয়। আয় শুভেন্দু, আয় আয় শুভেন্দু পাশা, ছাগল পাটের শুভেন্দু, আয় সিআইএসএফ ছাড়া আয়। তুই কত বড় বাপের বেটা দেখে নে, তুই দেখ, বল তোর বাপকে শিশির না মোদি, বল, আয় তুই দেখে যা, চলে আয় শুভেন্দু, আয়। পুলিশ ছাড়া তুইও থাকবি, পুলিশ ছাড়া আমরাও থাকবো, বাড়ি ফিরবি किना देखे ना।
ममता बनर्जी का आदत यही है, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि S.I.R जो होगा उससे अगर डेड वोटर्स का नाम वहां से इलेक्टोरल रोल से कट जाए तो डेड वोटर्स के नाम से हर बार ममता बनर्जी के लोग, भाई भतीजे जो वोट डालते हैं, लोगों का वोट डाल देते हैं, मरे हुए लोगों का, वहाँ वो नहीं डाल पाएंगे। इसीलिए ममता बनर्जी विरोध कर रही है इसका।
देखिए, एमएलए एमपीज भी रहे, आम कार्यकर्ता रहे, मुख्यमंत्री भी रहे, प्रोटेस्ट कलकत्ता में हो, प्रोटेस्ट दिल्ली में हो, प्रोटेस्ट जुहू बीच में हो, प्रोटेस्ट मंगल ग्रह में हो, प्रोटेस्ट अंटार्कटिका में हो, पश्चिम बंगाल की जनता चाहते हैं SIR हो जाए ठीक तरीके से, और SIR होकर रहेगा।
Well, you heard all the major stakeholders there, and let's be honest, this latest political war of words is just a spark in a powder keg that's been building on for months. Flashback to last month, when Mamata warned that the centre was playing with fire by pushing this agenda. And on the other side, Home Minister Amit Shah laid out his sharp 3D strategy: detect the fakes, delete the duplicates, and deport the infiltrators. The centre insists S.I.R is all about cleaning up the rolls, targeting those illegal entries that could undermine fair elections. But BJP's Suvendu Adhikari went further than that, claiming a whopping 2.4 crore illegal voters are about to get the boot, a number that has TMC leaders seeing red. Union Minister Firhad Hakim fired back, labeling S.I.R as a wolf in sheep's clothing, a disguised NRC aimed straight at the poor and the minorities, designed to spread fear and chaos. Even the ground level workers, like the booth level officers or BLOs, are up in arms, protesting against the workload that's been put on them. Then there are some serious charges by TMC, who claim of 7 alleged death by suicides and the deaths linked to the panic and anxiety vis-a-vis the special intensive revision, where families are gripped by anxiety over whether their names will vanish from the list or not. Now, the Election Commission, for its part, has tried to calm the storm, assuring everyone that no genuine voter will be touched. But in a state as polarized as Bengal, those words feel like whispers in a hurricane. With 7.66 crore voters on the rolls across 294 assembly seats, the stakes couldn't be higher as we get up for 2026 assembly elections early on, just next year. And S.I.R kicked off just months before the big fight is zeroing in on alleged illegal and fraudulent entries, especially in border districts where fake names have reportedly spiked. Now, the BJP is pushing hard, estimating that 1 to 1.2 crore such dodgy entries could face deletion. A research paper by IIM professors claim over 1 crore excess voters and a 13.69% unexplained jump in numbers. EC officials have already spotted anomalies in over 100 assembly seats, from duplicate names to records of the deceased that were never scrubbed clean. And it's no wonder that this feels like a politically loaded weapon, especially when you zoom in on Bengal's electoral math. Let's give you the numbers as well. The Muslim vote has long been the kingmaker here. As per CSDS 2021 surveys, CAA and NRC fears led to nearly 80% Muslims backing the Trinamool Congress in the last assembly polls. The feist-like grip was strong in 2024 parliamentary elections with 73%, whilst the BJP scrapes by with just 5%. And minority consolidation isn't just a trend, it's the glue that's kept Mamata Banerjee in power, and her critics claim S.I.R threatens to pry it apart. But then again, an esteemed set of panelists with me on the broadcast here tonight, and the big questions that we're trying to decode. Is the S.I.R exercise truly a necessary step to clean up Bengal's electoral rolls, or is it a backdoor NRC? And will S.I.R rewrite Bengal's political equations, or will it create new divisions and insecurities in an already polarized state? With me on the broadcast, Dr. Avra Sen, BJP spokesperson, joining us from West Bengal. Many thanks for taking out the time. Mamata Chakrabarti, political analyst, joining us from West Bengal. We also have Anurag Singh Dikshit, political analyst, joining us from West Bengal, and Shekhar Mukherjee, senior journalist, is soon going to be with us as well. Let's go through this one by one. I'm going to go across the table. Let's exercise brevity so that other people can also answer, and we can discuss more aspects about what really happened in Kolkata today. So after Bihar, Bengal has become the next political battleground. Let's first set the stage and talk about the march and the message that we saw today. There were members and representatives from all walks of faith that were standing in front of Mamata Banerjee as she led that march. Mamata's mega march, 3.8 kilometers, political firepower. She says it's a march to save democracy. The BJP calls it a march to save the fake voters. Dr. Avra Sen, let's begin the snowballing with you. Dr. Sen, Mamata Banerjee calls S.I.R silent invisible rigging. That's the acronym she's gone with. If the process is being run by the Election Commission, why is the BJP defending it like a party project, says the TMC?
I have a humble question for you. If you go to Bangladesh today, or if you go to Myanmar, would they allow you to vote? I think the answer is no, right? Because you have to go there as per visa regulations, and you have to come back to your country as per the visa regulations, right? So if there is infiltration in our country due to whatever reasons, if people have come over from Myanmar, if people have come over from Bangladesh, do they have the right to vote in India? I think the answer is no, right? So you have to understand the context. 450 kilometers of border area was not allowed to be fenced by the TMC government because they did not give the land. After we came in the central government, we wrote as many as 19 letters. There were reminders time and again to the TMC government that give us this land so that we can fence the border and the infiltration can stop. But they didn't pay a heed to that. Why? Because they were interested in letting people in and then making fake voter ID cards, Aadhaar cards for these people so that they can consolidate on their vote bank. I'm giving you another data. This is a state government circular, which I'm showing right now. This is from the year 2017, and this is related to Aadhaar card issuance. I'm reading out. The state government says the progress of Aadhaar enrollment in West Bengal has been very good. Please focus on the next line. In the age group of 18 plus, 105% Aadhaar numbers have been issued in our state. So the simple meaning is, if a person is of 18 plus age, for every 100 people, 105 Aadhaar cards have been issued. And this is the circular of the state government. A state government which is this blatant in exposing its own activities will not work in favor of our nation.
Mamata Banerjee, Dr. Sen, Mamata Banerjee from the same stage also said that we have two Punjabs, one in Pakistan, one in India. Those in the Indian Punjab speak Punjabi. Will you call them Pakistani? Before independence, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan was undivided, united India. Those who are Bengali, are all of them Bangladeshi? Asks the Trinamool Congress chief today.
No, I ask you back. Suppose we are all Bengalis on this panel today. Okay, we can speak in Bengali. We are Indians. So a Bangladeshi can also speak in Bengali. So that makes that person Indian, does it? Rohingyas have stayed in Cox's Bazar of Bangladesh for months at a go. They can also speak very well in Bengali. Does that make them Indians? No. Our linguistic identity is entirely different from our national identity.
Okay.
These cannot be mixed up. My point is simple. See, these people have entered India. They have to be identified. They cannot vote in India. Secondly, the dead people whose names are already there in the electoral roll, those names have to be deleted. TMC systematically has built up a situation where they vote in the name of these dead people. Also, duplicate entries have to be identified.
Anurag Singh Dikshit, let me come to you next. Mamata says,
just let me complete. This exercise is done by the Election Commission of India. It's a constitutional body and it is the need of the hour.
Okay, all right. Mamata, isn't the timing just months before the poll bound to raise suspicion? I mean, I'm asking you that. Could this have been done earlier to avoid the charge of political motivation? That's what another thing that, Trinamool Congress has been leveling against the BJP.
See, let's first understand, Kabir, what is really happening in Bengal today. This is so-called S.I.R. showdown is not about democracy, it's about the deception. The Trinamool Congress government has deliberately turned a routine electoral process, the special intensive revision, into a political drama of fear and confusion. Okay, so they are misleading the very people that they claim to protect by equating S.I.R. with NRC, when in reality the two are completely different. And I also like to include that let's be very clear about one thing. Mamata Banerjee today is definitely not scared of BJP or any other political party. She is absolutely scared of her own party because her real tension doesn't come from Delhi, to be very honest. Okay, so it comes from Kalighat. After being a 7-time MP and 4-time central minister, Mamata Banerjee understands the mathematics of politics far better than most of the regional leaders in India, as well as in West Bengal. So, and that's exactly what she's restless right now. She knows very well, Kabir, let me please complete this, very well, that in 2023 Panchayat and 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the vote cast were not for changing the Bengal government. Those were for the midterm moods, not regime change verdicts at all. So that's why she took them rather casually. But in 2026 is completely different, Kabir. It's an assembly election, a verdict on governance. So here comes the real fear. The Mamata Banerjee knows that she could once command around 45% of Bengal's vote, but with an S.I.R. in place, the number could sharply decline because the significant portion of those votes, the so-called infiltrated voters that her government quietly relied upon, may simply disappear from the room. Okay, so that's not definitely the political assumption, that's the electoral arithmetic, and she knows it better than anyone else in India. So that's actually possibly, why she's opposing the S.I.R. tooth and nail, and it's not about democracy, it's about demographics. It's not about protecting the voters, it's about protecting the vote bank of Trinamool government and Trinamool Congress government. And let's not forget that anti-incumbency doesn't really work against Mamata Banerjee, and it works through her, which is why she's becoming increasingly anti-demographic. The fear of being exposed electorally in pushing her to manipulate the public emotions and distract from the own security.
Let's bring in Anurag Singh Dikshit. Mr. Dikshit, Mamata Banerjee says this is an attempt to manipulate the rolls before 2026. Take a look at what Dr. Sen has suggested. Can one deny that Bengal's rolls have shown inflation? What, with that IIM study pointing to over 1 crore excess voters, is that something that the TMC can deny at this point in time?
Let me say something. Let me make facts very clear, which my friend Avro Sen and Momita has said. We are continuously hearing the opposite sides, BJP and our opponents, that these voters have been used for Trinamool and for the sake of Trinamool's winning and making the government in the assembly and in the state also. But there are several questions which are very necessary and very important to understand and decode. Point number one, when Dr. Sen was talking about the infiltration, then I would like to remind him the state list, concurrent list and the central list. Is it not that it is the lapse of the BSF and the forces that they allowed them to enter? Point number one. Point number two, when I come to the voting part, when they are saying that they are infiltrated votes, they are tampered votes, they are decreased votes, which are continuously, someone is coming and someone is voting on their behalf for the Trinamool Congress. Now the point is, the voting in West Bengal happens in the supervision of central forces. We already know the last time when West Bengal was in poll, we had votes in 7 phases. We had all central forces, we had CISF, we had the paramilitary forces, we had the BSF and whatnot. If something like that happens, should we understand that the central forces are failing or that the central forces are helping them? Point number two, the returning officers, they are DMs, they are SDMs, who are All India Cadre Services, they are officers of All India Cadre. They can be any time called back to Delhi, they can be summoned and they can be questioned on their role. Is it that BJP is also using that for their own benefit? And if not, then how can Trinamool Congress do? See, the point is that the people of West Bengal, they have clearly shown their interest. They have fought thrice, they have 3 times, they have chosen Mamata Banerjee over all these nasty and stupid agendas of just religion and whatnot. Now, when they cannot form their government from the front doors, they have also tried CBI and ED to make this government lapse, to throw this government, but
Okay.
they cannot see anything. See, my question is, I'll just take some more time. My question is
I'll come
not
back to you.
about
I'll
SIR.
come back to you, Mr.
SIR
Dixit.
could
Let's
be-
let's bring in
SIR could be
Shikha
a
Mukherjee as
resource.
well. Let's bring in Shikha Mukherjee. She's been waiting patiently. Shikha ji, take a look at this. The war of words, the threats and the counter charges. Let's bring in the Kalyan Banerjee statement as well. The political tone has turned toxic, needless to say. We've seen that time and again. But Kalyan Banerjee uttering that particular statement, I think, took it to another level as well. TMC's Kalyan Banerjee daring BJP leaders to come without CISF. Now, Shikha ji, would you call that statement acceptable political rhetoric in the run-up to the assembly elections, or does it cross a line, especially when Bengal already struggles with a violence
lines,
tag?
Kabir, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, but all lines get crossed in Bengal politics and in Indian politics. Let's not talk about lines and
Okay, all
boundaries
right.
and curtsies and.
Is it an
protocols
acceptable
or anything
political
like that.
rhetoric, ma'am? Let's stick with that.
This is usual political rhetoric which we are seeing, and it's going to the sort of decibel as well as the language. We are going to see that go up and get worse. There's nothing to be said, more to be said. But if we are talking about the S.I.R. and today's rally and the ground and the accusations that are being made.
Yep.
So there is the Trinamool version of it, and then there is the BJP version of it, which is that this is a Ghuspetia rally. It's a Jamaat rally. Now, these are not, this again, as I said, this is usual rhetorics in Indian politics. Why would you call a rally of this nature a Jamaat rally? I don't understand. Nor can I accept that this is actually a Ghuspetia Bachao Yatra. So, having said that, let's get down to the brass tacks. Couple of things that I'd like to bring to your attention. First, what is being talked about is the number of people who, as the intensive revision proceeds, will be exposed as not having been on the voters list in 2002. That's the issue. It's not about where you're born, where you came from, or whatever.
Yep.
It is all about 2002 or 2003 in West Bengal, rather. So, if there are people who were not on the 2003 list, the Election Commission has created provisions for how they can prove that they were actually Indians or living as Indian citizens in West Bengal by 2003. If you look at all of this, then what emerges is that if there is only the Jamaat rally and the Ghuspetia Bachao Yatra, then the rhetoric refuses to acknowledge what is going on in a place called Thakurnagar in North 24 Parganas in Bongaon Lok Sabha constituency, which is CAA camps. And the BJP is also organizing CAA camps in 5 other districts. Why? Because they know that there are all these Ghuspetias and they are from various Hindu communities. And therefore the urgency to organize...
This is not the right word.
Yes, I'm so sorry, but please do not interrupt. I did not interrupt.
You are undermining the law of the land.
I did not.
We'll come to you, Dr. Sen. We'll come to you.
You cannot call immigrants who have come here for political refuge
the Matuas themselves talk about the fact that they have about...
Why somebody who comes from outside can also be a Hindu, no? Somebody who's coming from outside can be a Hindu.
Are you challenging CAA then?
Yes, I am. I am challenging what you're saying.
As the anchor of this news debate,
I am challenging what you're saying because the Matuas are telling me that...
Then please challenge it in the Supreme Court. It's already been dealt with in the Supreme Court.
That's all right. That's all right. She can talk about it. She can talk about it. Listen, Dr. Sen, don't assert this entire conversation. Okay? Don't tell any others to move the Supreme Court. They'll do what they want to when they want to do it.
I am simply uttering what is there in
The
our
larger fear.
land
Let me
law.
come to you. Let me come to you.
cannot
Please
just
don't
put it
waste
and
my
paste
viewers
it
this
on
time. Please,
someone's head. We
gentlemen,
might not
gentlemen.
accept it.
I'm
We
talking about
might
the
not
larger
like
fear.
it. Is it that
S.I.R.
we have to
as
go
the
to Supreme
backdoor
Court all the time?
NRC.
Is it that
S.I.R.
we
as
have
a
to go to
backdoor
the
NRC.
courts all the time?
Mamata
This is not
Banerjee
how it
says.
happens. This is
Mr.
not
Dixit, listen to me.
BJP party
Mr. Dixit,
office.
listen to me. Mamata Banerjee says the S.I.R. is a new script for NRC. The BJP says it's simply a cleanup drive, but the fear is needless to say real, and politics is needless to say again feeding on it. So I'm going to again come to you. Shikhaji, please exercise brevity. If this is truly a backdoor NRC, what evidence does TMC have that S.I.R. is targeting minorities or genuine voters? Let's come to that as well.
Okay. Now, whether it's as I said, there are people who have been so-called illegal migrants after the 1995 changes in the CAA. So these illegal migrants have been around, and the BJP today is challenging their arrival or their inclusion in the voters list from 2000 to 2003. So what needs to be understood is that within the Motua community, for instance, which is a BJP base from where they get about 7 or 8 seats, there is a panic. And there is a panic in other places, in other districts as well. And having said that, the issue really boils down to this, which is that why is there this rush to settle the intensive revision and find ineligible, as Mr. Ganesh Kumar called it, ineligible voters? Now, if I look at it, if it's a political race, and I look at it, I would say the vote percentage gap between the BJP and the Trinamool is about 8%.
Okay.
As per 2024 general elections. If this succeeds in shaving off votes on one side and increasing the votes on the other, good luck.
Okay, all right. Shikhaji, let me quickly bring in Dr. Avra Sen again. Dr. Sen, you wanted to make your point. Please make your point. Exercise brevity, please. I need to go to Mamata as well, need to go to Mr. Dixit as well. And, I do want to ask you as well. Mamata Banerjee has asked, why S.I.R. in Bengal and Kerala, but not in Assam and Tripura? So you can give your rejoinder, but do answer this question as well.
First of all, I am going to answer to Anurag. He should understand the fact that if somebody gets inside India, the Foreigners Act, which is a law, by the way, having the jurisdiction under the state government, has to be exercised. If somebody is getting inside Indian borders, then is it the responsibility and the work of Trinamool government, the local state government, to issue fake voter ID cards and other cards and pass them off as Indians? Is that right? Secondly,
no, that's a credible point. If the BSF has missed out on them, that doesn't really mean that they are allowed to vote. I do agree with that point. Why no S.I.R. in Assam and Tripura?
Let me
Election Commission.
Secondly,
What are you
if
talking
a
about?
person has fake voter card, Aadhaar card, that person won't be stopped by the central forces during the voting process, right? So they are not in a position to know.
Okay.
So that is also done and dusted. Thirdly, it was Mamata Banerjee back in 2005 standing on the floor of the parliament when she said there are 1 crore illegal immigrants in West Bengal. It was back in 2005.
Okay,
so,
all right,
by
get to the
simple
point,
arithmetic logic, you can understand in 2025 the number of Ghuspetia would be more. Obviously.
Okay.
And secondly,
Well, we'll find out. The S.I.R. is underway. It's underway. This is not going to die down anytime soon. Mamata, final 30 seconds. I really need to wrap this show up. Final 30 seconds.
For checking out the infiltrators also, S.I.R. is very important. So now let me tell you very quickly. If we take a look at the India's infiltrators map since 1980, the 4 key entry points, this like West Bengal, Assam, Tripura and Meghalaya, but over the last decade, most probably 95% of that infiltrators has been successfully carved, except in West Bengal. So now there is a geographical reason for that. West Bengal is uniquely placed as the gateway to 3 international borders like Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. So this makes it a soft and
that's the thing. So tonight, I've completely run out of time here. I've completely run out of time here. I'm sorry, Mamata. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Okay.
Mr. Dixit, we came to you. You shut your camera off. But many thanks to Shikhaji, Dr. Ravra Sen, Mamata. Always a pleasure to have you here. Mr. Dixit, Bengal's S.I.R storm has raised one defining question. Is this democracy's audit or democracy's anxiety? Well, we'll have to wait and find out as to how the process is carried out. And needless to say, this is the right curtain raiser for the 2026 assembly elections in West Bengal. Many thanks for watching in your interest. That's all the time we have for you. More coming right on the other side. Stick around with News9.
भारत सरकार ने सभी देशवासियों के हित में टर्म लाइफ